and that led to her pretty much write me a letter, a suicide letter. Say to any parent, that been absent, it's never too late to build a relationship, with your child, and when you come correct.
Ready, bro? Let's go.
Man, this a bombshell, man.
If you laugh and you cry, that's a hell of a day, right?
For sure.
This brother right here to my left has lived this, what I'm getting ready to say. Thank you so much for that, bro. Man, I was so excited to get the interview started, but once we started, I was like, man, because I know once we get to the end, that's it, bro.
On the next Cool Rob Show, life coach, author of the book entitled I Did That, Darnell Oaks returns to the Cool Rob Show for a part 2 interview with Cool Rob. Here's shocking details of the suicide letter. Darnell Oaks opens up about the last conversation. Don't miss the bombshell, Darnell Oaks reveals to Cool Rob. This interview was an explosive interview, and trust me, you do not want to miss it. Coming up next on Season 3, Episode 2 of The Cool Rob Show.
Yo. Welcome back. It's your boy Cool Rob. I'm cooler than cool, cooler than most, cooler than the other side of the pillow. Thank you to everybody out there for showing love and supporting me. Man, I always say every video it touches the soul. And I don't know if your soul ever been touched, but when it's touched, it's a beautiful thing. So thank you for all the support, the love, the text messages, and encouragement. I really appreciate y'all. Keep them coming, y'all. Keep it coming, because I'm going to keep this good content coming. Don't forget to subscribe to Cool Rob TV, all caps. Please leave comments, you could dislike. We always looking to engage, and we always looking for new people to come on the show. Shout out to Movie Hood TV. Please subscribe to their channel as well. These dudes help me out so much behind the scenes. Show them some love. But man, I want to get all that out. You can see him, man. He's back for part 2. The first interview in Season 2 was so good. I'm telling y'all, as soon as we finished talking, I immediately went and ordered a copy of his book entitled I Did That on Amazon Kindle. It's a lot of places, y'all. We're going to let y'all know before the end of this interview where you can get the book at. But he's back for part 2, and I'm back because I've been looking for this interview so much, man. I've been wanting to get this one in so bad, man. He took time out of his day to come back and talk to us. You guys don't know when you see this video. Right now, it's 7:19 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. And we're here to talk about his book. It's entitled on Amazon Kindle, Life Coach, Author. Welcome back, my boy Darnell Oaks. What's up, bro?
What's going on, Rob? Good to be back, brother.
Hey, thank you so much for coming back, man. Taking time out your day, your busy schedule, your morning to come back and talk to me. Like I told you before, I really appreciate it. You just don't understand, man. I appreciate you. If I could, man, I'd give you a big hug right now. So I'm gonna give you a virtual hug, bro. Like, man, thank you so much, man. Like, it really means something to me. Thank you.
Hey, likewise, brother.
So, man, how you been, brother? Man, how you doing, man?
Man, ever since the last interview, man, everything 100 miles per hour, brother.
So you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, man, just so many people reaching out about the book, a lot of feedback, lining up more podcast interviews, a lot more has come my way, in a good way. So, I guess it all comes with the territory, brother.
So, yeah, I was wondering, bro, because like I said, me and you always talk on and off offline. But I was wondering, ever since the interview after the Season 2 part 1 interview, what was it like? Like, is a lot of people reaching out? Is people getting the book? Like, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the book really picking up. You get a few family members popping up out of nowhere. Everything just go up as far as numbers, man. The phone ringing a little bit more. Your followers and friends picking up. So all of that, brother, all of that. But for myself, man, I just begin to be more disciplined, more appreciative, of everything that's coming my way, because it's been a lot of work behind the scenes to get to this point.
Okay, cool. I'm glad everything is working out for you in life in general and the book, bro. I'm glad I'm able to help out any way I could, because I got a copy, and trust me, y'all, I dived in. I jumped off the high dive and dived in that book, and it was a good read. We get ready to talk about it in a few seconds, y'all. But a couple more questions before we get started, bro. How your son doing, man?
Oh man, he's incredible, man. He's incredible. I couldn't be happier. Just got his last report card, of course, since the big pandemic hold up. Kid sitting at straight A's, going into his senior year of high school. Of course, he's on the athletic end as well. So he's getting a lot of calls, there's a lot of text messages from coaches, and other things going on as far as that as well. So future looking real bright for him, man. And he also got a little work going on the side too, so he getting a little money in his pocket and staying out of mind.
Hey, that's a beautiful thing, man. So when next time you see him, you talk to him, tell him I personally said hello and shout out. I'm giving him a shout out, bro.
Indeed. I got you.
Cool.
And his name's Styling Oaks, by the way.
Styling Oaks. Shout out to Styling Oaks.
Yeah.
Styling Oaks. That's my bro right there. Shout out my little bro. Shout out to Styling Oaks. I like that name too, man. That's what's up right
appreciate
there.
that.
Styling Oaks. All right, bro. So you remember our interview in season 2, part 1? I asked you. I said, remember? I don't even remember. I said 3 things about Darnell, because I wanted the viewers to get to know you, right? So I have another question.
Okay.
Because we didn't get a chance to talk about this, because we were talking about so much. We couldn't talk about everything. But I learned doing my homework that you also have your own clothing line, correct?
Yeah. There's more than one, actually.
So yeah, tell the people about that. Give a brief description about that, bro.
Sure thing. Well, the first one that I actually kicked off about 10 years ago, just with ideas and little T-shirts here and there, is I Finish. It's the I Finish clothing line. You may see the logo actually on this Love Single Father shirt. I'm not sure if you can catch it all.
Yeah, but I definitely see it on my end.
Yeah, but I Finished. That started off as a just an athletic T-shirt, company pretty much, and it's now elevating to now shoes, which you can find all these products on cityofOakshops.com, which is my online store. And the luxury side of this fashion thing is called Chessmen's. So Chessmen's, I actually got some shoes on Chessmen's that are called the First Class, that are on fire. So everywhere I go, wearing those. I even went to my doctor's office. The doctor said, "Hold up, what's those? I never seen those before." So, I'm partnered with a company out of Italy, and everything is 1,000% from the ground. How they built, this product, So it's high quality stuff. All of y'all out there, you get a chance, go visit cityofOaksShops.com.
CityOakShops.com, y'all. Coming from the man himself, the jack of all trades. Thank you so much for that, bro.
Indeed.
I'm gonna give you a chance to say that again towards the end of the interview, so people know again where to go. Support. Remember, I'm going to get me a shirt too as well, or a couple shirts. I'm going to support you as well on my end. So yeah, again, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you, bro. I'm so ready for this interview. I couldn't sleep last night, bro. Like I said, people don't know we are right now. It is 7:25 Eastern time, and I didn't want to oversleep. As you can see, I got my favorite tie on and a white shirt, and I'm ready to go.
Ready to go. I'm slipping on this end, man.
Hey, I know you get ready to laugh, but I know you glad the bus was late.
Absolute, bro.
All right, bro.
I would have had his boy, man.
Hey, look, so I'm gonna catch the people out right here. I gotta hurry up and get this out because I want Darnell to take over because, man, he's the man of the hour. but I want to catch people up to where we at right now in this part 2 interview. So,
Right.
in part 1, season 2, like I said, I met Darnell. We was talking. We get ready to talk about his book right now, which is right there on the screen. I Did That. It's currently on Amazon Kindle entitled I Did That. You can also get his book on other places as well. So I'm gonna let Darnell tell you exactly where to get his book at towards the end of the video. I wish I could enlarge the screen, y'all, but you gotta work with me, you know. So when we started the interview, I asked you questions like, you know, I said, what inspired you to write the book? How long did you write the book? Questions like that kind of warm us up. And then I actually, the night before, I read the first 3 pages of your book, and I dived in. I took key pieces out, and we talked about the book, right? So I was doing my homework, preparing for this interview, and the last question I asked you in the interview was about actually the Bloody Mary scene. So, so before we move on, if you don't have nothing else, I'm ready to dive so far in the rest of this book that, like I told you, I jumped off the high dive when I started reading this book. So before we move on, I wanted to ask you, like, do you have anything else you want to say about the Bloody Massacre scene? Bloody Murder.
Oh man. There's nothing else I can really say about that one, man. They got to go back and watch the last interview on that one.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that, bro. So if you want to put the pieces of the puzzle together, go back to season 2 and watch our first interview, and then, you know, you can catch up, and then when you see this interview, then you'll be caught up. You know what I mean? You catch everything in that first interview, and then pretty much what we get ready to do now is we get ready to finish off from the first interview. All right, bro. So since you don't have anything else, I'm so ready, man. Here we go. All right, so Darnell, tell the people. All right, so I'm ready. So this is after the Bloody Massacre, Bloody Murder scene. So tell us about the weekend Anna and Romello. It's Romello, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us about that weekend that Anna and Romello spent together, that first weekend together.
Oh, man. That first weekend, man, it was like a roller coaster ride, brother. But a roller coaster ride that probably didn't come down. It didn't come down into you know, that Sunday evening, man, when Anna went home, brother. So, you know, you on that nice roller coaster. Just imagine, man, you just up there. You up there. There's no drops, you know, but you just riding high, man. It was explosive, to say the least.
So basically, from Friday to Sunday, y'all was together, right?
Friday and Sunday, man, all alone. Hey, fireworks, brother. That's all I can say, man.
All right, cool. Like we said back in our part 1 interview, we can't tell y'all too much, all right? That's why you got to go back and look at the part 1 interview so you can put the pieces together, right? Can't give y'all too much, and you got to go out and get this book. It's a must read, trust me. Okay, bro. So, because I'm excited, man. Here we go. All right. Seemed like everything was going good, right? And then boom, Romello is in the bathtub, and then something hits him. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, just in that moment, man. You know, I guess this was a moment when God, you know, was pretty much grabbing me by the back of my shirt or something, you know, just like, you know, you did what you wanted to do, but I'm giving you this warning. You're gonna be in for a long ride. You know what I mean? Because it scared the hell out of me, man. You know, when it had the way it came to me. You know, I'm sick because I thought I had it figured out. You know, when you 18, 19, man, you get the keys to your own apartment. You got your lady. Man, it's no feeling that could compare to that. You know what I mean? At that age. So, you know, I'm in there. I think I'm rolling, man. It's the first night in the place, and I'm sitting in the tub, and everything just went on pause for a moment. and it was just that voice to me, and I had that moment of reflecting on my innocent days. You know, as I touched on in the book, it was like a quick flash that man, remember you were doing this, you was doing this with no worries, no care in the world. Now what the hell is this? You know what I mean? And it was really it was the first time a question had hit me out of nowhere that I really couldn't answer. You know, I couldn't really say to myself, well, this is your place, this is how you do this is your girl, you got a baby coming on the way, this is the way you supposed to handle this. So I was pretty much like sitting in a place where I had no clue on how to operate. So every fear, man, every emotion imaginable just hit me in that moment, and deep down I knew from that moment that I was heading into a real uncertainty. Like I knew it was some dangerous things on the way, but you know, that pride and just not being aware couldn't stop me from continuing to go that path, you know. So yeah, that was that moment, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm trying to paint the picture for the viewers. So, like I say, you riding high, everything's going good. Like you say, you got your own place, you got your lady.
Right.
I can imagine that type of feeling, and then boom, that message come. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. And so I know you telling the story now, but I had several instances in my lifetime where something like that happened, where you feeling good, you riding high, and then boom, some message just come in your head. It's like you fighting it. You don't want to really, you know, listen to it and deal with it, but you know it's coming for a reason.
Yeah, it's real, man. But as I stated in that book, man, at that point, every red sign I made it look green. You know what I mean? Every red light looked green, man, at that time. And man, I never forget that moment there.
If you could describe that moment in one word, what would it be?
In hindsight, or my mindset at that moment?
Both.
At that moment, fear.
Okay.
You know, it brought a fear to me. In hindsight, I would say a lesson. You know, it was a lesson. You know, it was a lesson and a sign. You know, so that's how I would describe it in hindsight. You know, it's a lesson and a sign that I should have pulled back, probably so, you know.
Right.
But
you know, at that point it's probably too late to pull back, right?
Yeah, I probably should have pulled back in a way, you know what I mean? Not totally from the situation, but I should have took a step back, you know, and been more careful. It's what I would tell a youngster, you know, that's watching this. Because just thinking about that moment, my son is 18 now, right?
Right.
I couldn't imagine him in that same situation at this age. And I was in that situation at the age he's at now. And I couldn't imagine him being in that position at all, you know? So just putting them dynamics together, it was dangerous then, man. And it's dangerous now, just looking back on it.
Yeah, brother. I can imagine, man. Good stuff right there, bro. We're going to move on. So, like I said, remember, I climbed to the high dive and I dived in, bro. So, we just get started. All right, so, Anna's dad. I saw the dad pop up a few times, right? Can you tell us about Anna's dad and what was those conversations like?
It was always conversations of not many words. You know, it was kind of like we had a relationship where he more so understood me and I understood him, but from a distance, kind of.
Right.
You know, and it was a relationship of respect. You know, he never disrespect me. um, I may have had a moment of disrespecting him um, by going in this space at one point, and having a little activity with Anna in this space when he wasn't around.
Right.
That would definitely be disrespectful to me if that was my daughter on the other end. So that I definitely crossed the line with that, but he don't know anything about that unless he's watching this now. But yeah, but yeah, it was a relationship that was respectful overall, man. And he really, when he gave me a heads up, when he was dead on about his daughter, and what she was prepared for. So I could definitely say it was one out of respect.
Cool. Next question. What was Anna's mom like?
I never met her mother.
Mm.
Yeah, the whole time. Honestly, I don't think she knew where her mother was during that period.
Because I was diving in. I was, I dived in. I didn't really see mom too much, but I thought I'd ask that question.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I never met her mother. There was moments of breakdowns about that on her end, as well. You actually brought one of the breakdowns, one of the reasons for the breakdowns back to me with that question, because I forgot all about that myself. Yeah.
Now that we talking, I'm just another question just popped up in my head. Do you think that kind of contributed to the reason why that she disappeared?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's equivalent to a young man not having his father. You really don't know what it's like, and either you're going to try to figure out everything about it, you're going to take that route, or you're going to go ahead and do what pretty much happened to you, was my belief. So I definitely think it contribute to her actions for sure.
See y'all, we diving in, y'all. We diving in. So tell us about Romelo's dad.
Romelo's dad, hardworking guy, definitely taught me work ethic. We didn't always have the best relationship, even to this day. But I definitely cared for him. I check on him from time to time. Growing up, he was one to have his way with the ladies, so of course he crossed the line millions of times from my understanding. But overall, man, I learned a lot of good things and a few things what not to do, from him. So overall, good guy, I think. Overall, good.
Last question about parents. Romelo's mom. Tell us about Romelo's mom.
Was Romelo's mom is like everybody's mom. The type of mom where if we wasn't even friends and she just may have seen you with me or talking with me once and you needed something to eat, she the type of mom that's gonna pull you in.
Right.
The type of mom let you hang out for the day, or you come by when I'm not even home. Yeah, she's that type of mom.
Okay,
I had a few incidents with a couple of my friends, man, that I actually just got back in touch with since the book been out and things. And we had a moment where I said, man, remember when I would come home from school, man, you sitting in my bedroom in there playing my game, man. I said, what? Yeah, your mother let me in. I said, oh my God, man, there was some memories. But yeah, that's the type of mom she is, man. Give you everything, man, her last penny.
Okay, cool. Good stuff right there, bro. So before I move on to the next question, so I'm curious. During that time, Romelo's mom and dad, what were they saying about you having a baby at that age and stuff like that?
Well, mom was she was okay with it. She felt like she always felt like I could figure it out. You know, they both always looked at me, and I'm actually the youngest child, but they always looked at me like the strongest.
Mm.
And I'll figure it out. My dad wasn't so happy because he pretty much did the same thing at the same age, actually a little younger, his first child. So he wasn't so happy hearing the news initially, but you know, he had that faith because, you know, they just felt like I was mentally there to where whatever the struggles were, I'll figure it out, you know. So their support overall was solid.
All right, cool. So you weathered the storm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about that feeling of being in the delivery room and watching your son arrive to this world?
Man, unbelievable, brother.
Mm.
Unbelievable, man. It's like a spirit to come through you, you know, watching that firstborn and it's a boy, man. You got a touch of it, Rob. You got a touch of what that feeling is. You got the little ladies, man. That firstborn.
Yeah, but you know what? You know me, I keep it real, good, bad, or ugly. So
Yeah.
I ask this question, so I'm gonna keep it real to my viewers. I have
Okay.
two beautiful young daughters, Nevaeh and Raven.
Indeed.
I was not there, neither one of their births when they came out. Now, of course, I arrived right after
Okay.
they were born, but I wasn't there initially when they first came out. Ain't no excuses. I'm a wild dude. I'm just a wild dude. There wasn't no reason why I should have been there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wasn't. So, you know, one day if I'm blessed with a son or if I'm blessed with another daughter, I'm definitely going to be there because that's something experienced. Because I have so many friends who tell me about just being there and experiencing that, and so just sitting there listening, you know, it's kind of hits me all the time. I'm like, damn, you know, like I go back and look, like why wasn't I there? It's just because I'm an asshole, you know. So don't get me wrong, I was there like the baby was delivered at 5:30. I was there at 5:40. Right, I should have been there though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's a difference for sure. It's definitely a difference.
Cool, man. You inspire me so much, brother, man. All right, so
Likewise, man.
you tell me about the feeling of watching your son arrive. Now, tell me about that feeling when you was going home from the hospital, because I know something again popped up in your head, right? That I think that cab ride home.
Yeah, man. So that man.
See, I'm diving in, right?
You was in it. You was in it for sure. You know, that cab ride home kind of took me right back to the bathtub.
Mm.
You know, so that's when I started to connect the dots to where, man, I'm moving wrong. You know, something's not right about the way I'm moving because the cab ride home was the strangest thing ever. You know, because we're in the hospital prior to, you know, going home, and you know it's high fives, it's family, it's gifts. We're talking about all these things we're going to do when we get home. We getting a ride home, you know, because you're all, you know, in the hospital, you're like in your own kind of world when you just had a baby, you know. And when you leaving out that hospital with the child now, because you came in without the child, you know what I mean?
Right.
So when you leave out with the child, it's like now you're entering back into the world. You know, now things is real. So that ride, man, it was just like she was in her zone, you know, baby boy's in the middle, and I'm looking out the window in my zone, and I'm just like, once again, like in the tub, man, what's really going on, man? What are we doing? You
Right.
know, but at that, the difference between the tub and that moment was it's like those thoughts that was going on in the tub is a reality now. Like whatever the fear is,
Mm-hmm.
it's too late. It's too late to change now. So
Mm.
it was a little more frightening, than the moment in the tub.
So let me ask you this, bro. Why you think? Okay, I mean, I'm gonna say it just like this. Why you think those messages keep popping up? I mean, like you say, you in a good space, you feeling good, but you know, like why though? It's from the bathtub scene to the cab ride scene, like it's because that's the second time. So it's almost like it's
Yeah.
coming. You know, like it's really coming. You know what I mean? Like it's, for some reason, it keeps hitting you at these just odd times. Why though, bro? Like if you now you look back on it, what was that sole reason why you think those messages kept popping up?
I think it was just, and I don't think it was just a thing with me, but for somebody that's a thinker like myself, you know, there's always questions on what I'm doing, right? But to me, it was just God talking to me. Like, man, you took this free will and you moving a little too fast, you know. And I think He was just giving me signs, man, that like you're hitting in a dangerous space, brother. You know, and you're not slowing down, because even though I would have those moments, I would immediately snap out.
Right.
You know, I would try to do something or say something so I don't stay there, you know, and go about my day. But I think it was signs, you know, ultimately that God was just telling me, man, get ready, you know. And at one point, I even said to myself after one of those signs that this this uh this relationship gonna fail.
Mm.
I knew it based on the signs, I started to come to terms with it, you know, that it's gonna fail. And then it was just a matter of you know, what preparing myself for so much. You know, like what am I gonna do? You know, how am I gonna go about it when it fails? Because it's almost like putting a building together, Rob. You know, that foundation got to be stable. You get what I'm saying? And our foundation wasn't prepared for what we was building on top of it. So deep down, after a couple of them signs, I started to tell myself, some way, somehow, this not gonna make it, you know. So overall, man, I think it was a big sign, man. God kept showing me.
Man, so I'm sitting here listening to you, bro. So, and I know you said that at one point, them signs was basically telling you that this not going to last, right?
Yeah.
Could you describe that feeling when you realized at that one moment you realized, hey, man, this ain't going to last? Like, what was that like, knowing in your mind that the signs is basically pointing to this not going to last? I mean, I would, if I put myself in your shoes and I'm riding high and I got my lady and we just had a baby and we got an apartment, and you know, then all of a sudden I'm getting signs it's not gonna last, I would go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to figure out what you mean it's not gonna last. You know what I mean? So,
well, the thing was, once we brought my son home, everything was downhill. Everything was strange after that. Everything was strange. You know, we may have, you know, you're talking out of 7 days a week, you may have 2 or 3 days is solid.
before
The
you
rest of
move
the
on,
days, some, huh?
let me cut you off before you move on. That's the next one. I'm getting to that. Before you tell the
Yeah.
people, because I dived in so far, bro. So I'm with you. You see, I'm with you, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on to that because I want you to basically answer. I'm gonna ask a question. I want you to answer exactly what you get ready to say. But I wanted to say this. Shout out to you, bro, because something I saw when I was reading your book. Shout out to you, bro, for the messages that you was giving in the book, man. I caught that. Those personal messages that you give.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, bro. Like I said, y'all gotta go get this book, man. It's a great read. Darnell Oaks did his thing. It's entitled I Did That. And like I always keep telling everybody, he definitely did that. So please support this book. Now moving on, bro, because I know you was getting ready to get into it. So we moving along and the relationship starts to fall apart. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so you know, we get back from the hospital, man, and as I was saying, you know, out of a 7-day week, man, half of the week it was always a strange event. You know, it was always something, you know, that didn't really sit right with me. You know, I was into at the time selling shoes, so I would spend a lot of hours, you know, to get the money right, you know, selling shoes. Um, and it wasn't working at the time. So she was there spending a lot of time with baby boy. You know, I would come in, see certain things, you know, that wasn't right, or just the way she would act, you know, wasn't normal. So everything was unstable, you know, pretty much from the beginning. Come through the door, she's excited. One day, the next day, it's like the devil walked in the door when she saw me. So it was really really unstable, and you know, it started to make sense with the signs immediately. I mean, this wasn't something that gradually happened after the hospital. This was immediately. It was strange. Yeah.
Man. Bro, let me move on, bro. Like I say, this is your time to shine right here. Cause like I say, if I get to talking, man, I'm gonna tell the whole book. All right. So eventually, y'all finally split, right? We moving
Yeah.
along. Y'all finally split.
Well, before I'm gonna say before that, there was before the split happened, not too long after coming home from the hospital, but we had to actually live together for about 3 to 4 months before we can officially get away from each other to finish our lease at that time. So we signed the lease. We couldn't just go get up and go.
Right.
But relationship wise, we were done. That period right there was probably the craziest for me.
You want to tell us about that? Because I didn't have that down. But you want to tell us about that?
Right, you're right. So, you know, during that period, you got a child together, you've been together, and now you're not together, but you got to live together.
Right.
Man, it was the most miserable thing, you know, because when you're done with somebody, you want to get away from them a little bit.
Right.
You know, you want to clear your head, but, you know, I'm coming home every day, and that reminder is right there, you know, of the past relationship, you know. But furthermore, it's kind of when the disrespect to me kicked in on her end, because even though we wasn't together, understood, right? But then she started to slip on her mother duties, you know what I mean? And it was a thing where, remember, she didn't work. So I'm working. I come in after 12 hours, and she already dressed up, go to the club. You know, she was ready to go do her thing. So you know, and this wasn't a once in a while. This was a daily thing, and it built up to weekends and almost weeks at times. You know, so it began to be a thing where I would have to reach out to family members,
Right.
to babysit,
Right.
for a mom that's not even working. So, you know, you put them pieces together, that's where the disrespect kicked in. And those 3 4 months, you know, going through that, man, knowing we wasn't together already, and on top of that, the disrespect start kicking in. That was the darkest period, man, as far as the relationship piece went.
I'm gonna get back to that club scene. Something I read. You know, I dived in, bro. I was diving in. I'm gonna get back to that in a second, bro. That's coming. So
Yes,
like I said, eventually. So before I move on, so if I'm putting the pieces of the puzzle together, right?
sure.
Y'all split, but y'all still was living with each other for about a couple months, right?
Right.
Okay, all right. And so, what was it like coming home to your? I think you already answered it, but like I say, just so you were coming home, she
Yeah.
was living there. You know, Was y'all still intimate with each other? You know, was y'all still hanging out? What was it like coming home to someone that you wasn't with?
Yeah, it was. It was really strange. We did have a few moments of intimacy. And strangely, man, there was this a bombshell. Rob, you ready for this one?
I'm ready, bro. Let's go.
Man, this a bombshell, man. And this was left out of the book, but the intimacy even led to a. I don't know if the intimacy from us or this was outside of us, but it led to another pregnancy.
Hmm.
This was during them 3-4 months I'm telling you about.
Right.
It led to a pregnancy that led to a miscarriage.
Hmm.
And the miscarriage happened pretty fast. And you know, I'm not proud of a miscarriage by far, but when it happened, man, I just looked up. I looked up to the sky, brother, and I said, God, you know what's for me, man. You know what's not, you know. But yeah, that was probably the sign, you know, that really woke me up to, you know, okay, you it's over. Now you really got to start accepting, because now you're pushing the limits, man, you know, because that book, the book would have been about me with 2 children, you know, possibly, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that was one that went down, man, during that period. But to answer your question, man, it was strange, because the other piece of that, though we were still having intimate moments, she was a little happier. So it seems. Yeah, once it was officially over, she became a bit more jolly, I guess, because of the freedom. That was like a sign for her, I guess, to just go do what she want to do, kind of thing. So which made things even more strange for me.
Right.
You know, so it was dark, man.
Like I said, you definitely shocked me with that information you just unveiled on the Cool Rob show, because I didn't. Of course, that wasn't in the book, y'all. But this is the Cool Rob show.
Only on the Cool Rob show, man.
Yeah, only on the Cool Rob show. My boy Darnell Oaks, y'all. Man,
Yes.
here we go, bro. So eventually, y'all split.
Right.
What was it like dealing with your son asking for mommy?
Oh man, that was tough, brother. That was tough. Yeah, yeah. You know, I pretty much had to learn to keep that weight off my shoulders. You know what I mean when I say that is, I pretty much had to reverse it and always make it to when to how he needs to view it, is that she's not around because of whatever her reasons are. So when you see her, when you talk to her, you need to ask her. You know, that's not something that I really know. And I give myself credit, you know, my young self, I really give credit to my young self about that, because I never tried to answer that question. I never pretended I knew that answer, you know, because I really didn't know what's going on in her mind, why she's not present. So I pretty much told him the truth as far as I knew. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I knew that it left a dent in his heart. I know that. You know, being that he had a question I couldn't answer.
Right.
You know, and she wasn't around to answer it. But I think what I did to kind of build him up off of that was I put in his mind that you can only control yourself, you know, and your decisions. My decisions, your mother's decisions, anybody else's decisions, you have no control over.
Right.
So you can never go crazy about what somebody else does, regardless of your feelings. You can feel how you want to feel, but you can't control people and their feelings, and I mean their decisions rather. So you have to live, with your own decisions you make, and that's because that's what you can control. So he carried that to this day.
Bro, this is a question that I just popped up in my head. I don't even got this on paper. I'm just gonna ask it. Just listen to you talk.
Sure.
Was there ever a moment, especially around that time when he was asking for mommy? Was you hurt? Did you ever cry? Was you angry?
Yeah. That I was definitely all those things, man. All those things, being honest. You go through all those things because the part that I guess, you would feel angry about, is that damn, I did the part that I did. You know what I mean? Like, why did I even go this far? You start questioning yourself.
Right.
And then you start going back to the signs. Like, I knew I was going too far. You know what I mean? Why did I do this? Her father told me she wasn't prepared for this. You start to feel guilty about those things, and I think most single parents do. They go through those things. That period where they're blaming themselves for certain things, what they could have done differently. So yeah, I went through all of that, man. The crime piece, not so much. Not over that question, but it was more, that was probably more so later, in the story where you would go through moments where you feel helpless, or you feel like you need to be doing better, because now you got to make up not only for your piece but for the other parent's piece.
Right.
Because you got to do both ends. And yeah, that was very tough, man. Very tough.
I'm trying to sneak that question back in before we get to the end, because I think I can piece it where I can ask it. So, all right. So, I asked you about your son asking for mommy. So,
yeah,
I thought this was something interesting I read as well. Describe to the people. So Romello was working, right? But Romello was so overprotected of his son, wondering if the mom ever gonna pop back up and try to come get him, stuff like that. So can you describe that feeling? Because I thought that was really interesting. That part of the book when you was talking about how you was busting your ass, but on the back end you worrying about your son. Yeah, can you talk about that?
So going through one of the periods, as a single parent, when you're trying to find yourself or trying to rebuild yourself back up, you try different phases, and as I said about my dad, the work ethic, was always there. So I'm working a lot, and I'm feeling my best when I'm at work, and I'm busy. But of course, on the back end, my son is there. Most of the time, he was either with my mother or aunt, was taking care of him when I worked a lot. But I was never comfortable with them taking them in public too much. Not so much my mother, because my mother's a strong person. She's not gonna really let nobody just do anything with him. She know how I feel about him. But anyone else, it was frightening to the point where I would have these nightmares. Because the mother is such, estranged at this point. I don't really know what she's doing and who she doing what with. So there would be nightmares of, him being out with a family member, and her and whoever she's dealing with, they come and snatch him up. I never see him again, all those type of things. Somebody that's inconsistent, somebody that lies, you never really know, what they're capable of. So it got bad to a point where I would have family members actually get mad at me because they wanted to spend time with me. I remember one of my cousins saying, I want to take my little cousin out to the mall. And I told her, no, you can't do that. And she's like, I don't understand why I can't do that. And at the time, I couldn't really explain it to her. I don't know if it was embarrassment of, being vulnerable, expressing a fear. But that was really the reason why, because legally at that time, I didn't have full rights to him at that time.
Right.
So legally, if his mother saw him with somebody other than me, she could have just walked up and took him legally.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But my cousins, they couldn't really understand that. So it caused a strain, in some relationships, because they were like, man, you're a little weird, man. I can't even take my little cousin to the mall. And I'm just like, man, it's a little deeper than that, Right. So but once I took care of the legal piece, it was definitely a weight off my shoulders, and I could open up a little bit with it.
And that's why me and you, bro, the last part, it leads me to my next question.
Okay.
The court date is finally here. I'm going to say it just like this, bro. Why didn't you do it, bro? I mean, let me paint the picture real quick, right? Why didn't you do it, bro? You know what I'm talking about, Gary.
Right.
The hurt and the pain that you went through, the suffering, the ups and the downs, everything that you went through up until that court date. This is your chance right here to strike, bro. And I ain't gonna sit here before you take over. If it was me and some other cats that I know, oh man, we would have went forward. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be no question.
For
but,
sure.
Bro, I respect you, bro. That's why I say, man, y'all just don't understand, man. If I saw this dude right now, quarantine or not, man, I'd give this dude a big hug. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, why didn't you do it, bro? This is your chance right here to get back.
Yeah.
Please tell me why you didn't do it. Explain the court date.
Yeah. So I was offered, to pretty much put her in the corner, to where she would have had to pay the courts. The court was going to pay me, up front, and she would have had to pay the court, for her freedom, pretty much. And the reason I didn't do it, for one, I'm not going to look my son in the eyes, regardless of the situation. I'm not going to look him in the eyes and say, I contribute to putting your mother in jail. And there's a couple ways we could look at that. People could say, well, she wasn't responsible, or she wasn't this, she wasn't that.
Right.
Still, I'm a man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I began over the years to not view it so much as pain and depression. I start, like I said, to always view it as, what could I have done differently? And what am I going to do differently, to make sure that I don't repeat, this type of behavior that can lead, to things like this.
Mm-hmm.
So the other piece is this. When you do those type of things, right, I'm sure you heard of cases where parents got to pay child support, right?
Right.
Well, once they're forced to pay, then they're like, all right, so I'm gonna have them for about 3 days or so. I want visitation for a couple of days since I'm paying. You've heard of those cases, right?
I've definitely heard of that. Yeah.
And my approach is this: if the court, if this could potentially lead to you faking your time with him based on you having to pay, I'd rather you not have any time with him. I don't want you to give my son fake time because you had to pay. You don't want to be involved. You need to be free. I'm going to set you free so you can get in return everything, and I do mean everything, that comes with being free in your mind. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want none of the money, which honestly I knew she didn't have anyway.
Right.
All I wanted to do, as I stated in the book, was figure out how to do my part as a parent, to make me a better person and a stronger person. I just wanted the fear and those dreams. I just wanted that to go away. So getting the custody was the most important thing. Even if you look at it was roughly $260, $70 or something a month. That wasn't going to make up for anything that was going on.
Right.
That was changed. So and I knew she couldn't handle it. So basically it would have been just sending her to jail pretty much. So yeah, that wouldn't have made me feel nothing, better. So it just in the fate, and like I said, with the fate time that potentially could have came with that,
right,
it's just it wasn't worth it.
So I respect that when you explain it and put it like that. I respect that. But hey, me, I know how I am. I'm crazy with it, man. I would have tried to figure out a way I could look. I don't want to put her in jail, but I want that money.
Oh, that's the only way it was going to happen, though.
Okay,
the judge told me. They said, listen, if we're going to pay you this, they gave me a date. We're going to pay you this every month. Now, you can either accept this, because if she don't pay by this certain date, pay it back, we going to go get her. You see, so judge told me straight like that. So, we talking about a African-American female judge. She was embarrassed about this story, man. How my son's mom handled things.
Right.
So she wanted to go after her. But, to me, thank God she gave me the option to just go ahead and handle it the way I wanted to handle it. Because even to this day, I wouldn't want to put her behind bars. That's a whole nother system and things. We see what's going on behind bars to people.
Right.
And in the long run, man, the closer I get to God, in the long run, she got a lot of things to answer to anyway, far as that situation goes. So, jail wasn't the answer, for me.
I got you. And I respect you.
Yeah.
100 on that, bro. All right, bro. So I think I can slide this question in there now. Can you explain to us, and to me and the viewers, the day you went out to the club? You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you start. Did I get it right? Because I forgot to add it in there. Was that right after, or was that before the court?
The club thing was, I want to say that was before court.
Okay.
Yeah, that was before court.
So I'm off, but I'm going back a little bit. Can you describe that scene when you finally decided to take yourself out?
Yeah.
I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah. So it was one of my homeboys' birthday, man. And these dudes, man, they're club dudes all the time. They're always partying, and remember, I'm fresh out of high school. I got a child. Right. So I'm not out there the way they're out there. But they told me, man, they said, this time you gotta go, man. You gotta go with us. This party is crazy, man. This club always got things popping on this certain night. I said, all right, man, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, man. So we in there. It's everything they said it were, It's going crazy in there, and I think I was stepping out for a second, to get some fresh air, because like I said, this party was crazy. So I'm hitting out the door, and sure enough, Anna and her cousin walks in. I said, wow, what the hell's going on here? So she walks in, She acknowledged me, show respect, but her energy was like something I never seen before. Because I never seen her in a club environment.
Right.
And take it a step further, man. I'm seeing strangers left and right calling her by her first name. So I'm saying to myself, well, goddamn, she a regular. Yeah, man. So it was a wild night, man. I remember leaving there, man, just like, man, why the hell did I come out here tonight?
Right.
It was just a wild night, man. Just being in there, seeing her. There was a wild scene inside where she kept trying to get me to dance with her cousin. I said, Lord, this a wild night right here, man. I should have kept my ass at home.
Did y'all dance with each other?
Who, me and Anna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mello and Anna?
For sure.
What was that like? Was it emotional? Was you happy?
No, it was crazy, man. It was just a crazy scene, man. Because when she first came in and greeted me, she say she was in there for a while and she seen me dancing with somebody. So she was kind of pressuring me about that. And I believe she asked about our son. And then it was just wild, man. Like I say, all of this is going on at the same time. People calling her name, they know her by first name basis. She's dancing with me. Next second, she's saying, "Hey, dance with my cousin," So it was just wild, man. It was chaotic. So that's all I was thinking the whole time. I mean, dancing with her, walking through the club, leaving the club, I was just like, man, this is insane.
You remember the name of the club?
I want to say Crossroads.
Good old Crossroads. Shout out to Crossroads. That was the one that I didn't go to the most because I was a big clubber back in the day too. But Crossroads jump on Wednesdays. If people remember, Crossroads was the big.
I want to say that was exactly one of them Wednesdays. Yeah.
Crossroads was popping always on Wednesdays, right off Bladesburg Road, y'all.
Amen, for sure.
All right, bro. That was good stuff right there, bro. And once again, you see, I dove, I was diving, I was swimming, man, when I dove in. Can you describe, okay, all right, next one. Can Mello describe Casey?
Casey. Casey was almost like she was almost like a female me, I guess, in my mindset, when I first met her. Then she I would say was she was in a lot of pain. Casey was in a whole lot of pain, man. And KC gave me a fair warning. And once again, man, every red sign I turned green, man. KC gave me a fair warning, man. One of the first conversations on the phone, there was an argument going on with KC and her mother in the background. And I'm like, everything okay over there? And she told me, she said, listen, my life messed up. I said, huh? Nah, you okay? Your life not messed up? She said, nah, my life messed up. You don't want to deal with me. My life all messed up. I ignored it and ended up dealing with her. She had a son. I had a son. They both were really young. We thought there was a connection there. And man, that led to her pretty much write me a letter, a suicide letter. Yeah, because we were pretty much, the differences was so often, man, that I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and go our separate ways, right? And we had a short argument. I told her, let's go our separate ways. I walked out of the room, went to go work out, was getting my mind off of it. I come back in and she's had the letter sitting on the bed. And she's sitting there in tears, man. And the letter, if you leave, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna do this and that to myself. And truth be told, it took me a few years to get away from Casey.
Mm.
Yeah. It took a few years to get away from her, but thank God she never killed herself. I recently seen her online.
Oh yeah.
She tried to reach out to me, honestly. She tried to reach out, send me a little message. I didn't respond, man, but but yeah, I'm glad she never hurt herself, man, and I think her son is doing well. She even looked like she taking care of herself, so that was a good look. But yeah, Casey scared the hell out of me, man, because she was a person, I think, that was just trying to love, and she loved too hard.
Right.
And she didn't want to respect my space. That was one of the things that turned me off from her. Say, for an example, I tell her, hey, I'm going to do this with my son or with my family tonight. I'm going to see you next week or something, or, whatever the case was. She'll say, okay. And you look up, I'm talking about, I go to work or so, I'm coming out of work, she's standing right there next to the car. So she was scared the hell out of me, man.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, KC, man, she taught me a lot, man, about, I guess, fatal attraction.
Hey, I'm sitting here thinking when you said that she told you that you don't want to deal with me. So and like I said, we definitely about to, me and you gonna be working together offline, because I'm getting ready to, put this book together like we talked about in part 1. But
Wait.
That girl right there, she actually told me in the very beginning when we first hooked up, she used to me all the time. She used to say, don't love me, don't fall in love with me, I'm damaged, and I'm poisoned. So when you have a woman telling you that, so of course, I'm like, oh man, I ain't tripping off that, da 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 da. But when I look back on it, even to this day, and it's funny, I just talked to her yesterday. Talked to her yesterday. We still got somewhat of a relationship, but we in contact with each other. But you, matter of fact, I ain't gonna share too much information because you got to read the book. But
don't give it all up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna give it up. But but she did tell me though that I'm damaged and I'm poisoned. And us guys, we don't want to hear that. We think we can, we can get past that. It's gonna change because it's us. But when a woman sit up there telling you flat out, you better start hearing it. You better start believing it, because it was true.
All you guys watching this, man, and women, if you get a fair warning from the horse's mouth, take it and go. Take it and go. They telling you something true.
I second to that. All right, bro. So look, we are down to the last 3 questions, and I put these. I purposely put these are the last 3 questions in order. Here we go.
All right.
The last conversation with Anna, the mother of Romelo's son. Can you describe that conversation?
Yeah, that last conversation, it was pretty deep. She pretty much confessed all of, her issues, to me, and let me know she really felt bad, for not being there. And she wondered if he would forgive her. What does he think about? She was trying to learn, her son a little bit. What does he do? What does he think about? How does he have fun? What is he like in school? And I was sharing just a little bit with her because my thing with her was just that you got to have them conversations with him. You're not going to be a mom through me. You're going to deal directly with him. So we were just planning, and I was just letting her know everything is okay on my end. With what you're doing, you're going to have to answer to that. And she was listening, so it was a productive conversation, and we were planning on certain dates where she can possibly come visit him, because at this time I had full custody. So it was all up to how I wanted to do it. It was no more, 50-50. So I was willing to do some things with her, and out of nowhere, a guy gets on the line, and they were going back and forth, they were arguing, and I just sat there, listened to it for a little bit, and the call just went dead, brother. The call went dead, and that was the last conversation. She was crying, he's screaming at her, she's screaming back, and call went dead, man. I never heard anything else.
Which leads me to my next question. I know you answered it before, but how long since it's been, bro, since you talked to her?
Since that conversation, about 14 years.
14 years. Bro, is it me? Could I be angry even though I ain't got nothing to do with it, right? Could I be just listening to it? Can I be angry? Like, could I, I never heard. I know there's other instances in this world that, and it's mostly looked at as fathers leaving their son or daughters, right, or down around.
Right.
You never really hear about the mom not being around, but this one right here is just kind of touching me. I don't, can I be angry or just gonna tell me, nah, don't be angry?
Nah, man, you can feel however you want to feel, man, because we all human, bro.
Because I'm just trying to figure out, because I'm going to go off script a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out, it's been 14 years, and I know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I know at some point she probably been thinking about him, right?
Yeah.
And you just couldn't pick up the phone or go on social media and reach out, just not one time?
Yeah, man. It's and maybe she have, tried to do that. But as I stated, I don't know if this was offline during the last interview, but as I stated, if she have tried to reach out, I'm not going to entertain that on my watch. It's but I do encourage my son, to at least give her the opportunity and have a conversation with him. But all I can do is encourage, because he's considered an adult today.
Right.
So he gotta, pretty much do that on his time now. So but she won't interrupt my life at all. I got a lovely wife and 3 little girls, as well. So I'm not getting involved with that that old story, to say the least. Far as speaking with her and trying to connect dots with her and her son. She got to do that on her own.
Yo, bro, I got something for that beautiful wife of yours coming up. All right, so we down our last 2. Bro, right now, here on the Cool Rob Show, any platform that you be on from here on out, if you had a chance to just say something to Anna, what would it be? Everything that went on, we hear today, 7/13/2020.
Yeah.
You had a chance to just give her a message or speak or just whatever. What would it be, bro?
Well, I would say what I would say to any parent, that been absent, is never too late to build a relationship, with your child. And when you come correct, and genuinely, fill that void, and play your position with your child.
Man, that was beautiful right there, bro. Which leads me to my final question, but I have another question off something you just said. But this is the actually final question right here. I put it
All
just like this, bro. Through the trials and the tribulations, you made it, and you did that. As you can see right there, I did that.
Indeed.
Which leads me to my last question, bro. Can you describe the beautiful, loving Sasha?
Oh man. First of all, man, got to give a shout out to her. Just had our 8th anniversary yesterday.
Yes, I saw that. Black love is beautiful, bro.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah. So Sasha's from she's from Congo. You know, we met about 9 years ago. Been married for 8 years. Just a great person, man. Great person. Reminds me of my mother from the standpoint of she wanna heal everybody. You know what I mean? It's not just about taking care of me. She wanted the neighbors. She want to take care of them. You know, so she's just a loving, caring person. You know, and she'll spend her whole day checking out people, making sure people are straight. You know, to the point where I got to tell her take some time out for you too.
Right.
You know, but she's definitely my better half, man. And I wouldn't trade her at all, man. She's the greatest thing she done for me was walk me in the church. I had a female friend right before meeting her, and female friend, we known each other for nearly all our lives, right? And she never known me to walk into a church. So when I met Sasha, and we end up going, she ended up taking me to church. And I talked to my female friend like a week after, we started dating. And she said, so what you like so much about this girl? I said, man, I can't explain it right now, but she got me going into church. She said, got you going to church? And I haven't left the church since, brother. I stay close to God, man, and she was the one that made all that happen. So yeah, shout out to her, man.
Special shout out from Cool Rob to Sasha. Please let her know that I gave her a shout out.
Indeed. She gonna be watching.
Bonus question, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Describe them 3 little girls.
Oh man, the 3 little girls, man, is what I call the OGs, man. They the Oaks girls, and they're the most unique girls, man. My big girl, we call her OG Web. The second girl who's like she's been here for 1,000,000 years, man, and she's the boss. That's OG Sugar Bear. and baby girl who's just turned 1 a week ago. That's OG Bell. So they're Web is a very loving, super sweet girl, just like a mama. And Sugar Bear, everybody says remind them of me. And Belle, we still trying to see what she about to do. She just turned 1, so she on her feet walking right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they're loving, man. They're loving, and the big difference I've seen so far about raising a girl and boys is that boys, you're shaping them, and they wanna take care of business for them, and I guess in return take care of you in the long haul. But girls, they want to take care of you from the beginning, So they make sure my shoe, they help get my shoes off at night, and they pamper me, man. So the girls are sweet, man. I wouldn't trade them.
Beautiful family, bro. Beautiful family. Tell everybody in the family I said hello, and I'll give a shout out to everybody. One last question, bro.
Yeah.
Can you just brief description of the relationship between your new beautiful wife and your son?
And my son. Now this one's interesting. it wasn't always a good relationship.
Mm.
Um, never a dangerous relationship, never on that level, but always I think a relationship of acceptance is what they've had. And the reason I say that is, my son and I, it was us for just us, for many years, for 9 years, you know. And I think when she came about, he initially he liked her. He still he loves her today. But I think when we moved in together, I think he took a step back. It was like, hold on, I like her, but not like this. Like, living together, that's just me and you. So he knew life is just me and him. And now my time got to be shared with him as well with her. And that's something he had to adjust to. And I think what she had to adjust to, because she never ever had a child before. And when she met him, he was 11 years old. So she had to adjust to, being a parent. So while she's becoming a wife, she was automatically a parent once she committed to me. So imagine your first child is already 11.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So they spent most of their years trying to accept each other, in my opinion, because of those different dynamics. And it was some rough times because, of course, I felt caught in between, and always had to make sure the lines of disrespect was never crossed between the two. But they love each other deeply and got a lot of respect for each other today. And she's helped. I wouldn't say to be a mom to him. That wasn't so much what it was about for me, but she helped him to understand the sensitive side of things. That side I couldn't teach so much as a dad. That side that a mother would teach. She was able to fulfill him with that and teach him, that other end, and it helped to balance him out, to what he is today. Yeah.
Brother, I said I said this earlier, bro. If I can give you a hug, I'm sorry, bro. If I saw you, I'm gonna give you a big hug, bro. Coronavirus, you know what I'm saying? I got to give you a hug, man. This was a beautiful story, y'all.
Absolutely.
Every second of it was like a kid reading this book. I'm trying to tell you, where I'm sitting there right now, I turned around. It was like my own little personal office. I mean, I was reading this book, man. And it was like I wanted to get to the next part, every word. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, first and foremost, bro, because you could be on anybody else's right now, but you gave me I appreciate you forever in life, man. Like, seriously.
Indeed, brother. Thank you.
Life coach, author of the book on Amazon Kindle, entitled I Did That, Darnell Oaks, y'all. So, bro, you already know what I always do towards the end.
Sure.
I call it last words. I love this part. I mean, I love the whole interview, but the last words just do something to me, right? So, you knocked it out the park the last time. So, last words for the people.
Oh man, what can I say? Man, I would say, man, never stop believing. I think when you stop believing, there's no future. You give yourself not a chance, but believing, man. When you always believe, there's an option. And as I said last time, man, believing is the first step, to your success. So can't do it without believing.
And I'm gonna piggyback off my man. My last words, it's always the same last words. I can give you some new last words, bro, but I always go back to this.
Yeah.
If you laugh and you cry, that's a hell of a day, right?
For sure.
This brother right here to my left has lived this what I'm getting ready to say. No matter what you're doing out here, no matter what you do, never give up, never give up, never give up. All right, bro, this is where you take over right here. Because, I always say Amazon Kindle. But I know your book is in other places other than Amazon. Can you tell the people where they can find your book? Can you tell people where they can subscribe to you? How can they get in contact with you? Take it away, bro.
You can definitely get with me on IG at Life Coach Do. The same on Facebook at Life Coach Do. If you want to shop with us, it's cityofoakshops.com. And the book you can find on outside of Amazon Kindle. That's a Book Baby. If you're iPhone person, iBook, and Barnes and Nobles as well.
Thank you so much for that, bro. Man, I was so excited to get the interview started, but once we started, I was like, man, because I know once we get to the end, that's it, bro. You are currently writing another book, right?
Oh, for sure.
Man,
there's two other books being worked on right now.
As soon as you finish, let me know so I can dive in, so we can do a part 3 and part 4. And also, bro, something I wanted to ask you. Like I said, because I be having people on, talking about other topics. I be having panels. Would you come back again to the Cool Rob Show, and would you be interested in joining one of my panels as well?
Absolute. I'm here, Rob. Just give me the word, brother.
Appreciate you. But like I say, y'all, we at the end, man. Again, I'll say this real quick. You go back to season 2, you can watch the first interview. You can put the pieces to the puzzle together. Then when you see this interview, you can finish off from that season 2, and then you can go to season 3, and you can put the whole story together. It's a great read, y'all. Trust me. I'm not just saying this because he's on my platform. Other people have said it as well. And you can go on there right now. You can read the first 3 pages, and I guarantee you, it's going to.
For sure.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I just lost for words, y'all. So let me be quiet. For Life Coach, author, this book right here entitled "I Did That." For Cool Rob and the Cool Rob and the fam, always end off every show with Cool Rob is in the building. Over and out. I got this new thing. Over and out, y'all. Thank you so much, bro. Once again, man, for coming through, man. I really appreciate the opportunity you gave me. Hope you have a beautiful day. Tell the family I say hello. Shout outs to your son, your wife, and your beautiful 3 daughters.
Thanks, bro. Same to yours.
Thank you, bro. Like I say, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for all the love and support. Please shout out and subscribe to Movie Hood TV. Don't forget to subscribe to Cool Rob TV. Leave comments, like, dislike. We're always looking for new people to come on the show. Thank you so much again, y'all. I love you. We love you. Bye-bye to everybody. And see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.